Hi, lovelies. Hope you are good. Many of our children and secondary school students always come across this angles formed by a transversal line. Now, transversal line can form angles by crossing two parallel lines or non-parallel lines. They are the same. They both formed 8 angles. But let's use the parallel lines. Two lines like this that are going independently without meeting each other in mathematics are known as parallel lines. Now, let's have something like this. This is a transversal. This is a transversal line. Let's say this is P, Q, E, F, G, H. So this transversal line is drawn across these two parallel lines, E, F, G, H, such that the line is perpendicular to them. Now, in such a case, we're having this one angle, this is second angle, the third, fourth, fifth. If you count these angles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whenever a transversal line is drawn across two parallel lines, it formed 8 angles. And those angles are special. We call them special angles. In WAEC, if they pull, people will be running helter-skelter. Just a definition, you get what you are looking for. We are going to deal with all these angles. Now, if we have it like this, we can say that this is A, B, C, D. This we can say this is W, X, Z, Y, as the case may be. Now, these are the angles. I will say that whenever this cross, there are 3 special angles that this formed. One, we call it A. That is, it forms what we call alternate angles. Alternate angles. B, it forms corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. And C, it forms what we call co-interior angles or allied angles. Co-interior or allied angles. These co-interior allied angles, they are always summed up to 180. Now, let's look at the alternate angles. If you look at it very well, we're treating A now, the alternate angles. Alternate angles. That is A, alternate angles of this transversal line. Now, if you look at it, you can see it yourself. D and X, they're alternate angles. So say that D is equals X. See it here. D is alternate to X. C is equals W. C here is alternate to this. Then this, in this case, we call them the alternate interior angles. because they are inside. But if you want to look at it very well again, we can see others. A is equal to y. Yes, A is equals y. From here, the outside, we call them the exterior alternate angles. Then B is equals Z. Still alternate. B is equals what? Z. So these are the alternate angles formed by the transversal line. Now, if we want to look at the corresponding angles, you can see A is equal to W. These are corresponding angles. D is equals Z. Let's look at the corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. You are going to enjoy this when we start forming these angles. Now, the corresponding angles on the same line like this, we're having A equals W, D equals Z. A equals W, this A is equals W, D is equals Z, D is equals Z. Right? Now, on this line also, we're having C, B is equals X, B is equals X, and this C is equals Y. C is equals Y. Then let's check the co-interior angles. The co-interior angles. Now, if we look at it very well, this D and W, D plus W is equal to 180 degrees. Now, the co-interior angles or allied angles, they are summed up to 180. Like this, D and W on the same line, we know that the angles on a straight line is equal to 180. Now, when we have transversal and we have the same line on the transversal, D, like D and W, they're on the same line here. So we sum them up to 180. Then the same thing happens on the other side, C and X. So we now say that C plus X is also equals to what? 180 degrees. And at this point, I'm telling you that you are done with transversal line. And the angles they formed. So these are they formed 8 angles. Transversal line formed 8 angles. And we have seen them. In mathematics, you are going to enjoy transversal line. Trust me, you enjoy it. So this is all about it. You can say it. This is all about it. Thank you.